Hey, my lovely students, how are you all? Students, today I'm going to share with you a very important and very heart touching emotional poem. And the poem name is Sympathy. Okay, now what do you mean by sympathy? Sympathy means feeling pity on somebody. Now, this is a lovely poem written by Paul Laurence Dunbar. He is one of the American poet and a playwright as well, and he's a very great playwright and poet, and he really touched my heart, and I'm sure it will do yours even. So now, first of all, let me read one by one stanza, and I will explain you the summary. This poem is divided into three stanzas. Now, one by one, I will explain you the stanza. First of all, I will read the stanza, then I will explain you the summary. Okay. Now, look at this. First stanza. I know what the caged bird feels, alas, when the sun is bright on the upland slopes, when the wind stirs soft through the springing grass, and the river flows like a stream of glass, when the first bird sings and the first bud oops, and the faint perfume from its chalice steals. I know what the caged bird feels. Now, in this particular poem, students, poet is telling us, I have written for my lovely student summary also of this particular stanza. Stanza number one, the speaker. And students, no need to write the summary. Okay, while hearing my video and seeing my video, please listen to me. No need to copy down the summary. If you want, you can copy down points in your rough copy, but no need to copy in the classwork. Okay. Now in stanza 1, the speaker is telling us, so it starts off by saying that he knows exactly what a caged bird feels. This, the theme of the poem, is very emotional, very heart plunging. Here somebody has caged the bird. Okay, मतलब किसी ने बर्ड को एक केज में डाल दिया है, बंद कर दिया एक पिंजरे में. तो उसमें what was the feeling of the bird while in cage? The poem is all about that. It doesn't feel good, of course. Who will feel good? Not even we. Especially when outside of the bird's cage, the sun is bright and the river is flowing and the wind is stirring through the grass. Wind is there, you know, the lovely nature is there, sun is bright, but the cage, but the bird in the cage is unable to enjoy all these delicacies because the bird is in the cage. The bird can't go out and see that beautiful landscape. Landscape means it's like scenario, scenery. This bird can't hang out with other birdies and it can't smell the beautiful flowers. At the end of the first stanza, the speaker again tells us that he knows how the caged bird feels. The feeling is very miserable. The feeling is very bad. Imagine if somebody cages you up, and how we feel if somebody locks us for a minute or for not for a minute exactly, but for let's say for few hours in darkness. How do we feel? कैसा लगेगा तब? हम एक लाचारी, एक हेल्पलेसनेस. Okay, and yeah, our mind may go blank, but we are humans. Then imagine the condition of the bird, poor bird who wants to fly but can't because the bird is in the cage. Look at the second stanza. I know why the caged bird beats its wing till its blood is red on the cruel bars, for he must fly back to his perch and cling when he fain would be on the bough a swing, and a pain still throbs in the old scars, and they pulse again with a kino sting. I know why he beats his wing. Now, the summary of the second stanza is, in the next stanza, things get a little bit more violent. Violent means bad, badder, baddest, okay, worst condition. The speaker tells us that he knows why the caged bird beats his wing until they are bloodied against the bars of its cage. So the bird was beating its wing so much hard that वो अपने विंग को इतने जोर से वो केज के बार पे मार रही थी कि उसके विंग के आवाज से द बर्ड ब्रोक और इंजर्ड it's breast means chest. Okay, now this stanza focuses on the idea of physical pain, not only in the bird. Not only is the bird wounded means injured, chotana ghayal, because it beats its wings against the cage, trying to get free. But every time it does, so its old scars थ्रॉप अगेन विद अ फ्यू पेन. जब भी वो अपने पंख को फैला ये करती थी, मारती थी ताकि हम उड़ सके. प्लीज हेल्प मी आउट. Okay, somebody please open the 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 clutch of the cage door and allow me to fly. जैसे now here this line means old scar means पहले से जो उसको चोट आया है, घायल हुई थी, वो फिर से जैसे घाव ताज़ा हो जाता. और the blood, it used to start oozing out. So it was a deadly pain which you and I cannot imagine, and this painful imagination is being assumed by the poet Paul Laurence Dunbar. Okay, now look at the third stanza, my dear students. I know why the caged bird sings ah me when his wing is bruised. Bruised means chotana, and his bosom sore. Sore means chest. Okay, bosom is chest, upper part of the body. When he beats his bars and he would be free. When he beats his bar and he would be free, because the birds want to be free. It is not a carol of joy or glee. Here, the poet is telling, here also the bird is singing, but the bird is singing out of pain, not out of joy. And why we people sing, and why, and when we people sing, and when we people hear a music, when we are happy, when we are glee and or because of the pleasant mood. But here, look at the traumatic condition, trauma of the bird. The bird is singing, but out of pain, not out of happiness. And hello, dear, this is not a carol. Carol means folklore, you can say, or you can say it's a kind of celebration. But here, the bird is not singing out of happiness, but a prayer that he sends from his heart's drop core, but a plea that upward to heaven he flings. I know why the caged bird sings. I know why the caged bird sings. So, in the final stanza, the summary is like this, friends. In the final stanza, the speaker tells us he knows why the caged bird sings. We can guess by this point in the poem that this bird is singing not because it's a happy bird, not because the situation was happy. After all, its wings is bruised and its bosom is sore. The caged bird's song, the speaker tells us, is a prayer and a plea. So the bird was requesting, plea means request, prayer to God. God, please let me go out. I also want to fly. I also want to see the nature. I also want to hear the sound of the wind, the flow of the river. I want to enjoy each and every bit of the nature, but I'm unable to do that because somebody has caged me out of their choice and sends to heaven. Though the speaker doesn't tell us what this prayer is for exactly, we can assume is guess, that it is a prayer and a plea for freedom. Yes, only for freedom. A very heart-touching and lovable poem written by Paul Laurence Dunbar. It really touched our heart. Okay, and please go through the poem stanzas and the summary of the stanza, and never cage any bird. Let it be free. Thank you.